Welcome back to Sacred Therapy. I'm Az, AZ, and if you are new here, we do this as a way to tap into Spirit, Source, God, Allah, whatever name that you have for your higher power, our guardians, angels, and ancestors of the light. Um, I did just want to update y'all real quick before we dive into this. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I've been feeling like emotional maturing. Okay. Recognizing patterns, recognizing how, processing things. I've been being called to do a reading. I do apologize for the lack of uploads that you royal subscribers have been, experiencing. And if you are new here, I am a real person. I am not AI. This is not AI generated. I do have things that come up. And if you've watched my last reading, I mentioned having a new puppy, which I've had since January 29th. Came to me as a rescue. And it was just honestly a thought. Like, I was thinking about adopting a dog. And I couldn't decide between a puppy or an older dog. And the first opportunity that came along was for my puppy Lucky. He was having a little bit of a health scare, but we're all good. So I'm not even gonna make your heart jump like that. We are all good, but I did have to move him downstairs for a little while because he was having some stomach problems and having some accidents in his crate, and smelling that in the middle of the night and waking up to, an hour and a half clean when it's on carpet versus maybe like 30 minutes, depending on how bad it got. And it got bad, so I've been super just taking care of him and making sure that he's getting all the way back to his health. So he does have some allergies, so he's on a strict bougie diet. And it's no different than yours truly, for sure. Fun facts, I do drop fun facts about myself. So I also have allergies. I also have sensitive skin. And that comes with the breed that he is, okay? You guys will probably see him at some point. I am trying to get him to chill out, and he is in the chew stage, so eventually put him around the cards and stuff, but I don't want him to think that he can eat them. So without further ado, and I am going to timestamp this in case nobody else wants to hear the update. We are going to dive into tonight's reading, and I do say tonight because this is kind of when he goes to bed and I can just do my thing. Otherwise, he's up. But I would rather deal with chewing than just having accidents in an insane amount and being sick. I would rather deal with chewing. Because I almost lost my marbles earlier this month, you guys. But we are here. I did an upload. That was actually recorded. It was March 7th when I recorded that. It's timestamped in my phone. I tend to usually delete but just because my phone ain't got that much battery life. But that's why I do the upload, because then it just kind of, like, I can go back and rewatch what I said too, you know what I mean? So, Spirit. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is our slow and steady energy here with the Jack of Diamonds. Can you guys see that? It's going to focus. Try to keep it a little bit darker because some of these cards are bright. I love this deck. I did find it on Temu, and I don't really care. It's a deck of cards. and they're pretty dope. So it's just a regular deck of cards. For me, I do clubs as pentacles, hearts as cups, diamonds as swords, and spades as wands. Okay. So this here is our knight, like a knight in shining armor. I feel like the collective has been building themselves into the knight in shining armor that they want to be, but in real life, dealing with real life trauma, it's been taking like mad long. And I feel like Spirit has a lot of words for you on, like, don't be so hard on yourself, you know? But we're building. So what are we building, Spirit? Okay. Mental success. I like it. I told y'all diamond is sword. So that's mental. This is 6. So mental success. Alright. We're building physical. Ooh, maybe we're getting, we want to have mental success in our career path. I feel like for some of you in the collective, whether feminine or masculine, whichever side you feel like you identify on the spectrum, or if you do feel like you are in fact a combination of both, which is a lot more accurate in my personal opinion. We really do energy here, not gender, so I'm not really going to get hung up on the masculine and feminine and all the polarities and all of that. Get in where you fit in. If it resonates, then it resonates. If it doesn't, don't make it fit your story. Yeah. So I feel like you're going to receive like an opportunity, because the number 3 is about community. It's getting also over like lack, like you feel like you're back at stage, you know, this down here, but Spirit sees you up here. So it's also overcoming some self-doubt, and maybe a reworking, or maybe some of you are having a brand new idea, because we got the Jack of clubs and the 3 of clubs right here. I don't know if you guys can see that 3. So I'm seeing like opportunities flowing career-wise. We're having some mental shifts as far as it comes to success. So I feel like you're having a new idea or a new opportunity, and just not being afraid to try new things, because why not? And if you fail, so what? Lots of successful people have failed. They just continue to do it. They're just persistent. Yeah. For a lot of you, this is the 8 of Cups. You had to release. I got you, Spirit. You had to release like the mental things that were holding you back from taking that risk, right? Perhaps it is coming with like some type of partnership. You're gonna get some clarification. And then, yeah, like I said, for a lot of you, whether feminine or masculine, whichever where you are, like this is the Queen of Clubs, aka the Queen of Pentacles. So she's about her business. She's balancing work life and family life. So I feel like a lot of you, like there's a lot of mirroring. And the only hearts that we have on the table is like of letting go. So I feel like a lot of people in this particular collective, we can put these over here. You guys want to see them a little closer. We're just gonna have a lot of cards, so I always like to put them like kind of over here, but because these are kind of hard to see over here, put them right here, and that way you guys can. So yeah, bottom of the deck, I'm seeing a lot of you stepping into your feminine energy as far as balancing, being able to multitask, working on your mental health, working on your finances, and letting go of things in your emotions that no longer serve you. We do have some reoccurring themes. Maybe some of you have the feeling that you're letting go of love in general, or maybe you feel like you've been through a lot of storms because Mother Nature did just try to blow my blind down, and I only got my window open this whole much. So what we doing, Mother Nature, what we doing, and that's this medium window. So please don't blow my belongings everywhere. But she been windy. So I'm also hoping she ain't soaking my clothes over here. And maybe you're shifting your mental also on the Eight of Cups, on releasing, and instead of focusing on what you like don't have, you're focusing on what you're gaining. I'm also seeing that because here we have like boss lady like after this release. So I feel like y'all just dropped a lot of emotional baggage. If you haven't, if you are with your person, you may have just dropped a lot of like old emotional baggage and like that weight of that generational like trauma, you know what I mean, has been released. Y'all gonna have to forgive my voice because I was, like I said, I've been going through it emotionally, and yeah, having a lot of things going on in life at one time is kind of hard. Y'all can kind of see with the flames like dancing around and stuff how that wind is doing too. Alright. Yeah, I definitely feel like we need to get some clarification. Spirit, what are we trying to say here? I'm gonna just get words because I like to keep reading spirit stuff simple. Before, if we need to do some more clarifiers, I guess I will use this tarot if I need to do some more clarifiers. So we do have a couple few decks to get through today. You can clarify the Jack of Clubs energy. And what messages are you trying to tell us a lot? Okay, so there's some hesitation, maybe for a lot of you. There's some spiritual work you're doing. Do you even see yourself that way? Do you see you that way, in the light that you want to be loved in? Do you believe in it? Do you believe you can have that, right? That's like the self-building. That's that turtle energy, this earth energy. And we do have all the suits. Oh no, we're missing one. So these are for counterparts that are in like Cancer. Yep, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And then we have the air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Sorry, fire babies. If your sign wasn't called out here, that doesn't mean that this story is not for you. It just means like those people needed a little bit more extra confirmation. So there's some things going on. We're finna unpack this right here. So it's, do you even see me that way? So there's some hesitation, especially if y'all haven't came together. There's, I need more time. So the number 7 could be significant. The number 4 could be significant. It's, I'm sorry. Okay. And there is, I dream about you a lot. Too much. So I feel like there is an energy over here. Also, angel number 747. could be very significant. We also got 638. You can do like angel number 77 because I don't know, for some reason to me doubles always mean like pay attention to this part too. And this is the key piece. Okay, so we're going to break down all of them, get some more clarification. So there's something that they're sorry about, so I do want to get some clarification on that, but before we do that, we want to clarify this mental success. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective regarding their mental success? Yeah, I feel like they have so much desire for you. It's going after what you, yeah, this part is being patient with yourself. Do you have that vision? And then releasing this guilt. I know, like, this, I'm sorry, I need more time, I dream about you a lot. You can also take these as messages from your person in this turtle energy. And then I have so much desire for you, so there's a lot of passion on the table, but there may also be, so your guys' passion may be a little bit different. It may be mental intrigue. You may be sapiosexual. Or demisexual, meaning like the mind. Yeah, and I feel like you're letting go of like a lot of hurts. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. Or them. So if you don't feel hurt, they want you to know that they feel hurt. Or perhaps you are trying to gather mental success over somebody that you do love, that you might have hurt, you know, their feelings, or maybe y'all got into it. But like I'm seeing, like you guys maybe aren't together. Okay. Gossip only hurts more. Yeah, so I'm also feeling like maybe this has been like disappointing. Maybe in the way like spirit is handling it, because I always say divine connections, because this one is for the divine collective. I always feel like divine collective, meaning you have a divine counterpart. You feel like it is a calling. There's a calling. There's also pain. And I feel like there might be some guilt, or somebody is feeling some kind of way because like one of you is speaking your truth. Maybe they feel like you're gossiping, or there is like a interference from your own mental for this success with this person, or with your goals that's causing you to pause. So we also have angel number 619. All right, 7. I think we should slow down. Gossip only hurts more. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. So I see there's a lot going on in your mind, okay? Like there's a longing that you feel for something in regards to love, because there's a lot of letting go here in this love category. This also may be about letting go of old habits within love, okay? And so that way you can achieve what you want. Because they're talking about a lot of pain here. So gossip only hurts more. You hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. Like, speak up for yourself. Like, closed mouths don't get fed. Like, you need to let that person know, you know, like, in a constructive way, right? In a constructive way, how you feel and how you want to shift that hurt into caution, I believe, moving forward. And not even caution in like taking risks. Like, you want to take risks, but you want to take the right risks, right? And I feel like that's looking at those failures, looking at those hurts in a new way. Like, you're kind of slowing down and working on how you're processing things here. And I feel like Spirit is helping you with that. Your angels, your ancestors, some passed on, loved one for sure. I'm getting grandfather, grandmother, brother, sister. Yeah, because you want this success. So I feel like that's why you're starting this new path. That's more like, this is career, and to me this is also community. So how you really see yourself showing up in the world, in life, in your career, even if it doesn't feel like maybe that's what you've been building towards, I still feel like you're feeling like this is the dream with this 10 showing up here. You are my everything. Alright, like this project, this career, this dream that you have built, right? I feel like you're realizing like there's pieces and parts missing, and you might not be able to be all you can be unless you have, you know, like this next opportunity. And somebody wants you to know, like, they already see you as a 10, no matter what level you on. You are my everything. Yeah. There's fear, that's what I'm saying. Like, you are switching your mental about achieving success, letting go of those, like, doubts and those things that are holding you back. And a lot of that is fear. I'm afraid to talk. We already have 777 on the board, and now we have another 7, so that's quadruple 7. So angel number 77. Well, 7777. However many 4 sevens. Too afraid to talk. I feel like Spirit is telling you not to be afraid to take these risks, to go after like the things that you want. There's a lot of Spirit on this table. 7 is definitely a like spiritual mastery type of number, like really understanding who you are, what you align with. Yeah, there's a lot of concern with like everything at this phase in your life. So you are my everything. I'm too afraid to talk. Have I lost everything? Make sure you're not allowing fear to guide your decisions, to make those choices for you. We also have 197, 1079. So you guys can also think about these maybe in birthdays. Dates, confirmation, when you might hear it, or be starting something new. Holy Spirit is saying that it is safe for you to express yourself, to start building. Like, you gotta release these doubts because it is your calling here. It's just your choice, ultimately. Maybe taking this new path, you're focusing on what you're going to be losing. It's okay to mourn the life that you thought you wanted in order to release it. But don't move in there. Have I lost everything? Yeah, because everything is a mental battle. So this releasing of emotions, we have 5. So there's a change happening in your emotional like awareness. I can't even look at you right now. I feel like you had to change like who you were dealing with, who you were focusing on. This could be maybe you're changing what you're focusing on in your career too. But I feel like it could apply to love as well. I can't even look at you right now, so some of you might be shy. But also you are so very special here with this. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, discerning what it is that you want. What it is that you want. I feel like you're releasing just the people that doubted, the people that I don't know, felt heavy, right? Because I can't even look at you right now. Or it's like in a playful way, or there's something, like I said, that you are releasing of feeling like that. Alright. Yeah. Because it's gonna have to be like I said I was gonna get some clarifiers. Well, we will. I dream about you a lot, too much. I feel like this. Sorry about this too much. I need more time. Have I lost everything? So somebody's concerned about it being like slow and steady. Maybe you're concerned that you guys are in 2 different places. Or maybe you want 2 different things out of your careers. Or out of life, right? With this have I lost everything, but this is undeniable. Like, they dream about you, they need more time, they're sorry. So everything is a work in progress. So I feel like we should keep this. You are so very special. This 21, adding up to 3 as well. Because everybody tends to know on a soul level in your heart space as your authentic younger self, you knew what you wanted. You wanted safe, you wanted happy, you wanted healthy, you wanted, the freedom to move around and have fun, right? And not just be miserable from the time you open your eyes until the time that you go to sleep. And I feel like a lot of people are finding um, it hard to cope in this day, in this time, in this age, right? So I also had a birthday party to go to for my mom's husband. And she surprised me with this new deck. She was like, hey, I seen this and I thought of you. You should use it for your channel. So my mom got me a Journey Oracle book. So we're going to use it together here for the first time. I've only done like a little brief outside reading with it. So we're definitely going to check out the book. But before we do the book, we need some more clarification, like tarot clarification on this Chakra Club's energy. Because sometimes I be seeing stories in these cards. So we need some images. And I feel like there was just a lot of like reverence for each other. Like even if you are in separation, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can be in an accepting way, and I feel like that's the thing that can help your mental shift, help plant new ideas, like kind of like a domino effect, releasing what no longer serves your I don't want to say best interest, but like no longer serves a purpose. Okay, so that's me. Yeah, I feel like some of you are struggling with looking at the world upside down. We're gonna put the happy stone on top of that. But some of you are kind of feeling like the world is crap, and that's realistic in this time, in this day and age. If you are watching when I'm uploading, and you know, like what times we're in. So I feel like maybe you also feel like this you against the world situation, since it's like a turtle moving energy in the physical world as well. So I also do that Pentacles is for the physical world. Swords to me is mental. Spades would be like spiritual. As I said, there was a lot of things going on here spiritually. So I feel like because of these things, like you can feel this connection even if it's not in the 3D. Right? It's just your truth. Maybe you feel like people going to judge you for your truth though. And perhaps, but it's backed up by your guides and guardians. Like there's a face right here. There is like animals around there. So like your guides and guardians got your back. Even when you're looking at what's going on as far as you compared to other people with your progress, because that's the way we've been conditioned to look. It's not at all as bad as it seems, you know. Is it, which way is this fall? Okay. Yeah. But you do have a lot of love in your heart, Princess of Cups. And even if you're showing up in Prince or Princess energy, I feel like maybe a lot of you are considering yourself older, maybe because you're whatever age that you are. But on the inside and in certain levels, you feel kind of adolescent. You know what I mean? Like maybe you feel a little bit emotionally immature. Yes, I love seeing this in reverse. And that might be from healing all of this devil energy that is coming up in reverse here. See that devil energy. And And I am kind of holding the cards a little bit back because they get a little meh. So Spirit, can we clarify this? Wow. The Prince of Cups in reverse. I feel like you have a lot of feelings when it comes to mind over matter. Like your feelings may be wrapped up, like I said, in the mind. So this may not feel very natural to you to think before feeling, because feeling and thinking kind of, I don't know, feel like it's fused together. But this isn't really in a healthy way. Like your thoughts depending on your emotions, like I said, for mental success, they're putting this as a no. Like sometimes for your mental success, you have to take your emotions out of it, right? Okay, yes, it's 10 of Wands in reverse. Exactly. It's about unburdening yourself from all these emotional and spiritual expectations, or feeling like you are being punished or unworthy of love, or there's a number of like limiting beliefs, right? Spirit, can you please clarify here with the Three of Cups? Ooh. Oh, that's a book, Spirit. I said Three of Cups. I meant Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I see both of you guys kind of giving kind of giving Spirit the reins here when it comes to like this new opportunity, this slow burn, this slow build, and it might be paying off here with the Lovers. Underneath of that, though, we do have the Nine of Wands upright. So it has not been like an easy thing to do here. As far as spiritual work, spiritual burdens, maybe one of you guys came in with a lot of karma, maybe to protect both of you. Yeah, probably because this part was one of your guys' wish fulfillment. Or we're also getting like the only thing holding you back from your wish fulfillment is by you not trying, not doing the work, right? Because this is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, spirits. Alright, talking about dropping your burdens, getting your wish fulfillment, and actually doing the work. And it's ultimately going to lead you to loving yourself, loving life, enjoying life, right? That's a lot of cards. You got the Lovers, the Nine of Wands, the Star, and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Spirit is letting you know to make time for your craft. The one that you're absolutely passionate about. Spirit, can we, and the love that you want too. I feel like your work and your love life is tied together in some way, which is taboo for a lot of people. So that's going to be a mental barrier to overcome as well. Okay, just letting go. Yep. We seen it come up and it came up again, reverse this denial of temptation. This, yeah, this denial of temptation. I'm gonna discover this whole devil card, you guys. That scene is kind of crazy. So it's the devil in reverse. So denying temptation, denying, all the attempts of what feels like curses getting in the way of your success. I am gonna leave that right there though too. I feel like that card needs a firm healing behind that door slamming shut. And then the solid offer, the big offer that you want is coming. It's literally coming. It's on its way. Wow. Because it's your life, yeah. It's with you to build it. Dang, yes, the Six of Swords there again. Success, you see this? So every obstacle meant to challenge you actually shaped you for this success. Yeah. And Spirit is saying it is time to express yourself. It is time to jump out of your shell here with this Queen of Pentacles card. Yeah, they're encouraging you to take risks into doing like the life that you want in all aspects of your life because you deserve having that. Okay. Let's get excuse me. Sorry guys, it's a little late. I'm working close to an hour on this. Let's start because these are not short. I think we're gonna stick to these few decks that we've used today. I might get y'all some more messages at the end from your person. We have the Lover's card, we have the Princess of Cups and the Prince of Cups, so definitely counterparts. Both of you guys are mirroring each other. I feel like one of you might be in touch with your heart, with your emotions, while the other one of you may be a lot more closed off. And it's interesting how that shows up in the different collective narratives, right? Ooh, it was hot up in here earlier, and now it's kind of getting a little chilly. I'm about to close this window probably. What advice? So we had 46 dependents. Here's the advice. Don't worry, I'm going to just lay the cards out and then we'll focus on them closer when... Okay, we got the road. So far we got 16 dependents. The road. I'm about to read the book on these guys because it's a brand new deck. This spine ain't even got no creases on it yet. Brand new little book. Oracle decks are not like regular tarot decks. They can tend to have meanings that the author attributes to them, and it takes a second to, learn what that is and be able to break down the symbolism on the deck. So that's why you'll see me do it freehand, and then you'll see me with a book. Occasionally, depends on which decks I'm using and how much I use them. 24, responsibility. Okay, so dependence. Ooh, dependence on the road of dependence, the road, and responsibility. Any other? And that's 19, chase. Yeah, I love this. Okay. Any other journey oracle messages you want to give to the collective spirit? Okay. Alright. Our resolution. Okay. And then reward. Just 16. It's so funny. I told my mom, like, this kind of looks like me a little bit. Like younger me, and when I make sure I keep my face and my lips and my everything all moisturized. All right. Flip. That's obviously by numbers. So the first one is 46. These are some pretty deep. Alright. So bear with me because this book is 20. Alright. The Dependence card portrays a sublime image of an ascended master, basking in the splendor of panoramic view that stretches out before them. This evocative scene symbolizes the rarefied state of enlightened being, a liberated existence unchained by the confines of limitation, conditioning, or attachment. The master's tranquil response amidst the boundless vistas evokes the profound sense of sovereignty, expansiveness, and unobstructed perception that blossoms when one has transcended the fetters of the separate self. At its core, dependence represents the ultimate realization of our true nature as vast, unbounded awareness, the primordial consciousness that has eternally, sorry guys, this book is tiny and its words is a lot, eternally dwell beyond the veils of form, concept, and the ephemeral identities that have shaped our embodied journeys. The panoramic vista stretching out before the master evokes the boundless expanses of possibility, insight, and multidimensional perception that unveil themselves when we have divested ourselves of all self-imposed limitations. When this card emerges, we may find ourselves undergoing a profound initiation into the spacious domains of unfettered beingness. We are summoned to shed the habitual tendencies, attachments, and self-referential constructs that have obstructed our direct experience of the infinite depths inherently accessible within the present moment's lucid transparency. Dependence encourages us to stay true to ourselves and the truth, even if it means letting go of the illusions and identities that have made us feel safe. It reminds us that true liberation often requires shedding beliefs and concepts that limit our understanding, allowing us to reconnect with our true, eternal nature. Ultimately, dependence invites us to embrace our limitless, timeless existence, letting go into the vastness of our true being. By recognizing our inherent freedom, we rediscover our wholeness and align with the boundless intelligence that lies at the core of all existence. I surrender all limitation, resting in the vast, unbounded expanse of my true nature, the eternal, all-pervading consciousness itself. Reflect on the beliefs, identities, and attachments that may be obstructing your direct experience of the infinite freedom inherent within the present moment's luminosity. Immerse yourself in teachings, practices, or the guidance of realized beings that can initiate you into the transcendent domains of enlightened liberation. Freedom is not given to us by anyone. We have to cultivate it ourselves. It is a deadly practice. Beach Nathan. That shit look like it say thick nat hand. Ah, that's funny. This is beautiful. This is not what I would have gathered from that card either. That's why I was like, okay, this Oracle deck message deck is different. I need to read the meaning. 10. Because I learned here right along with y'all. Sometimes that comes externally, sometimes it comes internally, sometimes it comes out of nowhere. Alright, where is Jennifer's hand? We're getting there. We're going almost to the opposite end of the book. We're going to open this book today, boy. Alright, let's see if we can still kind of... So I just want to make sure that y'all can see this. Okay. I love the art in this deck. My mom was like, I thought you would like the art in this deck. I was like, I really do. And then the road. The road card captures the essence of life's odyssey, depicting winding paths that twist and turns through foreboding untamed terrain. This potent image symbolizes the arduous yet rewarding journey we all must undertake, a voyage rife with obstacles and uncertainty, but ultimately leading to immense growth, wisdom, and a deeper connection to our most authentic selves. At its core, the road speaks to the universal experience of navigating one's path with all its inherent challenges and unexpected detours. The jagged landscape surrounding the solitary trail evokes the gamut of adversities we may encounter, external difficulties, inner demons, existential crises that test our resolve and fortitude. Yet the road, okay, hold on guys, yet the road persists, reminding us that the journey itself is the great initiation of the soul. When this card appears, we may find ourselves in the midst of a particularly arduous passage, one where the path ahead appears fraught with hardship, the terrain feels inhospitable, and our goals seem distant. The road encourages us to build our capacities for endurance, self-reliance, and adaptability. In the face of these trials, it reveals that the most catalyzing growth often emerges from having to traverse the rockiest, most unforgiving landscapes. At the same time, the road's winding nature is an emblem of life's inherent unpredictability and circuitous nature. Despite our best laid plans, we are inevitably met with twists, turns, and forks in the road that require us to surrender to the unfolding mystery. The road inspires us to cultivate openness, moment-to-moment presence, and an unwavering trust in the greater orchestration unfolding. Yes, by giving that to God. The road inspires us to cultivate openness, moment-to-moment presence, and an unwavering trust in the greater orchestration unfolding, even when we cannot see what lies ahead. In the moments of feeling lost or discouraged, this card offers strength. It reminds us that the journey itself is part of our growth, where each challenge helps us shed false layers and uncover our true, resilient selves. The difficult path shapes our character and helps us become the best version of who we are meant to be. Ultimately, the road symbolizes the heroic quest to fulfill our soul's purpose. While the journey may be long and tough, this card lights the way, showing the path of patience, courage, self trust, and the willingness to grow from both trials and blessings. I cultivate resilience, trusting the road's twists are sculpting my most authentic self. If facing a challenging situation, spend time in nature, walking the path as a grounding meditation on life's journey. Make a journey stick or staff, decorating it with symbols slash objects representing what you need to traverse the current road. Use it for ceremonial support. The road is life. It's a quote by Jack Kerouac. I don't necessarily know who that is, but maybe one of y'all do. All right. 24. Wow. Dependence, road, our responsibility. 24. Responsibility. This deck. I don't know if y'all could see, like, it's like a king right here. Got a crown on, got some earrings, got some necklace, got like the robes. The responsibility card portrays a powerful image, that of a heroic figure, crowned and enthroned as a benevolent ruler, embodying the stewardship and sacred duties that arise when one has conquered the ultimate boon. This symbolic scene speaks to the pivotal stage where, having endured the soul's epic journeys and radiantly integrated our truth, we now rise as custodians and sovereigns, channeling our realized wisdom and force of being toward the greatest good. Like this ruler, we are called to wield our hard-won masteries with humility, responsibility, and diligent service. At its core, responsibility represents the next harmonic of our evolutionary spiral, the phase after our individuation, where we surrender. Oh my goodness, it's a little bitty book. Hold on, guys. Gotta switch hands when I switch sides sometimes. Individuation, where we surrender our isolated attainments for the evolution of the collective. The crowned hero reminds us that with each new octave of realization comes an initiatory burden to bear its teachings as beacons for those still finding their way on the path behind us. When this card emerges, we are being summoned to inhabit the fullest stewardship and custodianship of the boons, wisdoms, and expanded vocations we have birthed through our epic journeys. The throne and crown are symbols that the escapes of the long spiritual sojourner must give way to the embodiment of the realized visionary and sovereign, anchoring in their ability to uplift and course correct the tides of the greater whole. This energetic transmission nudges us beyond personal aggrandizement, reminding us that our profoundest achievements are only rendered whole when radically applied towards service, community building, and the establishment of more unified consciousness on the planet. Yes, this is why I've been sharing my readings, because like we get to learn things in tandem. Y'all are getting real reactions. This like is, you definitely, I feel like, have the responsibility to leave, to reach your potential, to fulfill your purpose. This card empowers us to act not just as thinkers or dreamers, but as grounded channels of wisdom. Ultimately, responsibility invites us to embrace our highest purpose with grace, understanding that we are not meant to remain in our own light, but to be eternal sources of creation, guiding and serving wherever we are called. I answer the call to be a realized avatar of integrity, anchoring wisdom for the upliftment of all, is the affirmation. Identify a realm, community, or social arena where your voice and soul rooted vision could serve as mentorship or progressive stewardship. Take action towards embodied service. Create a ritual to symbolically accept your crown and all this represents. Envisioning yourself arising as an empowered agent of positive change. When we accept responsibility for ourselves, we are finally being kind to ourselves. It's a quote by Joe Moreau. Got last thing. Alright. So dependence, the role, responsibility, and chase. Give me just a second, guys. I got something to stand on. And close this window because temperature is dropping. Welcome to the Midwest. It's like 75 when the sun is out. And then like Alright. Alright, so Chase is 19. That's where we was at. I like the fact that the Chase one just kind of shows somebody's shoes like running in the rain. The Chase card depicts a gripping scene, a figure running at full stride as towering walls crumble and collapse behind them, embodying the profound experience of escaping with the elixir or enlightened wisdom attained through an epic journey. This powerful imagery evokes both exhilaration and a sense of narrowly evading the dissolution of all that once constrained us, emerging gloriously into the dawn of a new reality. At its core, the chase speaks to the moments when we must urgently liberate ourselves from limiting beliefs, toxic situations, or confining identities that no longer serve our growth and evolution. The crumbling walls represent the dismantling of the illusory structures. Oh, Lord. And self-imposed prisons that have kept us tethered to diminished ways of being. When this card arises, we are receiving a catalytic imperative to break free with the utmost intention and swiftness. The figure emotion reminds us that liberation is an active process, one that requires focus, momentum, bravery, and a refusal to stagnate or look back. With nostalgia, once the path forward reveals itself, the chase encapsulates those pivotal periods in our lives where indecision or hesitation could prove detrimental. And only by wholeheartedly committing to our destinies can we birth ourselves anew. At times, the chase may manifest as a literal necessity to extricate ourselves from toxic relationships, unfulfilling careers, or life circumstances that imperil our personal and spiritual integrity. On more symbolic levels, this card illuminates our embodied integration of the elixirs and wisdom codes gathered through transformative quests and soul-forging initiations. The chase celebrates our palpable rebirth from self-limiting cocoons and a meteoric, this little book. This book is tiny. Look at this book in my hand. This is so tiny. um, the chase celebrates our palpable rebirth from self-limiting cocoons, a meteoric expansion into new philosophies of self radiant with possibility. Ultimately, the chase attunes us to the sacred summons to step fully into our most heroic, sovereign embodiments of at all costs, fleeing the bubble of all that inhibits our soul's resplendence. It is an exhilarating initiative to live as edgeless, undaunted truth bearers, continually outrunning the crumbling vestiges of who we've outgrown. I am swift, focused, and fearless in my commitment to living liberation. Affirmation. If extricating from toxic patterns or relationships, burn or bury objects representing their grip on you as a purposeful release. Feeling stagnant or confined, put on music that inspires presence, expansiveness, and embodied joy. Move and dance to liberate stuck energy. I took a deep breath and listened to the old brag of my heart. I am, I am, I am. Sylvia Plath. Mm, I like that. These are different for sure. 17. Some resolution. That's my like favorite little like sunsetty orange color. The resolution card represents the triumphant image, that of an individual scaling a towering mountain peak, bathed in radiant sunshine. This potent symbolism represents the culmination and completion of a profound journey, quest, or period of immense growth. Like the mountaineer breaching the summit, we are invited to bask in the glory of our achievements, the wisdom accrued, and the renewed perspective gained through our arduous yet heroic travels. At its core, resolution signifies the long awaited denouement and integration that emerges after we have walked the razor's edge of our paths with steadfast courage and commitment. The mountain summit evokes a feeling of standing in rarefied air, having attained a new elevated vantage point on life through the rites of passage and soul forging tests we've undergone. When this card appears, we are met with the profound realization that a pivotal cycle of becoming has reached its resolution. Whether an inner odyssey of self actualization, the manifestation of a long held vision, or the attainment of hard earned wisdom through seasons of turbulence. The sunlight's warm embrace signals a blessing on the efforts expended. We are meant to pause, breathe deeply, and absorb the sacred culmination unfolding. In some cases, resolution may indicate the completion of significant life chapters where our previous experiences and identity levels have successfully prepared us to birth new expressions and layer on expanded embodiments of our soul's essence. Like finally creating the mountain like finally cresting the mountain, we emerge with vaster horizons of possibility in our sights. Alternatively, this card can arrive as a harbinger that our most stalwart visions and aims, nurtured diligently through thick and thin, are now ripe for resolution and real world realization. Good Lord, tongue twisters. Our Persistence, while scaling the slopes, has cleared the way for manifestation under the cosmos' favoring gaze. Ultimately, however, resolution extends beyond the trappings of external goals. Its zenith transmission is an indelible remembrance of who we are at essence. My heart overflows with gratitude for the revolution my soul's journey has birthed. Create an altar or commemoration honoring all you've traversed to reach this completion or integration. Include images, objects, writings capturing key moments. If this completion has opened new vistas, spend time consciously visioning and mapping your intentions for how to actualize that emergent possibilities. The emergent possibilities. I'm getting so sleepy, you guys. Let me see. What we call the beginning is often the end, and to make an end is to make a beginning. The end is where we start from. Hmm. 16. Yes, guys, this is the final bottom of the deck energy, this reward. This reward card depicts the iconic moment of excellence, the legendary sword being drawn triumphantly from the stone, a powerful emblem representing the ultimate spiritual attainment and mastery that awaits those who persevere through their greatest ordeals. This timeless image encapsulates the sublime realization that we are indeed capable of actualizing our most transcendent potentials by overcoming our supreme trials and seizing the mythical prize of our soul's radiant essence. At its core, the reward signifies the profound apotheosis that flowers when we have successfully navigated life's most formidable tests and emerged virtuous when the heroic essence has fully incarnated and our authentic power is firmly grasped. Like King Arthur claiming Excalibur, this card celebrates the reclamation of our divine birthright and sovereignty. Free from the fetters of fear, delusion, and playing small. The swords arising from the stone speaks to the process of uncovering our most prized and essential gifts that may have remained dormant or obscure throughout phases of ignorance or struggle. The reward illuminates that by purifying our attachments to misaligned beliefs and identities through hard-won wisdom of our journeys, we prepare the fertile ground for our supernal qualities and soul's purpose to blaze forth unobstructed. When this card emerges, it indicates that a summit of self actualization and integration has been reached through the culmination of our efforts. At the quest for the Holy Grail, we have demonstrated the valor, grit, and humble dedication to be deemed worthy of claiming profound rewards and soul expanding initiations. Our descent into our core wounds, trials by fire, and authentic embodiment of the hero's path have now lucidly revealed our highest path and anointed us for inspired co-creation. Ultimately, this card is an invitation to grasp the chalice of our most sublime potentials, reminding us that the road's obstacles were never intended to imprison us, but rather to alchemize us into living embodiments of our mythic, luminous selves. The reward celebrates our triumphant remembrance of who we have been all along. Yeah, That is exactly what I was saying. Letting it go so you become this queen of freaking pentacles. Yes. Queen of clubs. Reward. I seize the rewards. Oh, excuse me. I'm not bored, but me and Spirit been talking, and I need to take my behind to sleep right after this. I seize the rewards of my soul's journey, grasping my gifts with grace and sovereignty. Create an altar, honoring and anchoring in a profound attainment quality or newly embodied potential. If successful or abundance has arrived, take time to perceive fully and reflect on giving back in service to those who helped pave your path. I am no bird, and no net ensnares me. I am a free human being with an independent will. Charlotte Bronte. Amen. Oh, my mom got taste. She know me. I like that deck. We're gonna continue working with that deck. Um, you are very special, and I feel like you're letting go of every limiting belief and self doubt and fear you have about doing your purpose, aligning with your purpose, potentially losing it. I mean, because if you never try and you never step into that opportunity, then sometimes it could pass you up for good. You don't want to live that type of life of regret, right? So that's depressing. That's miserable. All right, collective. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading. Like, share, give a thumbs up, subscribe. All of that is free. Hype if you can. I really enjoy bringing you guys these readings. I am going to be posting at least hopefully one more before the end of March, so it could be like in between the 3 and 4 range. Some months we've had a lot of readings, some months it gets down to a little bit. I also follow Spirit's calling, but it just depends on what I have going on and when I have the time, even though you guys are very important. It does appear that we are down to 34 subscribers again, probably because of the lack of consistent new readings. Either that or they found a video, because I'm very blunt and outspoken. Fun fact, if you made it all the way to the end, and I speak my mind. So, and it just depends on Spirit, what Spirit calls me to say. I learned a lot from this deck over here. So much so I'm probably still processing it. But yeah, this is what we have as far as like emotional growth, emotional maturity, and just life in general. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.